There's something I learned about freedom, and I didn't learn it from a book. I learned it through failure and frustration. You can be forgiven and still feel stuck. You can be free and still fall back into old patterns. And for a long time, that was me. God had already done his part. He had already extended grace. But my mind was still living in the past. It wasn't until I truly understood Romans 12:2 that this really shifted for me. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. First, I had to have the identity of God in my mind. It doesn't say to try harder. It doesn't say punish yourself. It says renew your mind. Because if you don't, you'll end up going back to what you've been rescued from. That's exactly what I was doing. The prison door was open, but my thoughts were still locked up. That's when I started getting real about renewing my mind. I began to speak the truth of what God says about me over myself daily. I stopped feeding old thoughts and started walking in new ones. Thank you, thumbs up. And right there in the middle of that process, I realized something deeper. My name is David Hunte, and I'm a married Black man of faith. And porn held me captive for over 40 years. It stole intimacy from my family, filled me with guilt, shame, and condemnation. But today, I have peace. I have clarity. I sleep better. I walk straighter. It's the best feeling in the world. And I want others who struggled like I did to experience that same freedom. On this playlist, this podcast, I share best practices, hard truths, and open conversations that help me get free. And you know what? One of those is coming up soon. And I'll tell you this. Freedom didn't come from quitting porn. It came from renewing my mind to what is true. I am a child of God. Jesus is Lord, and he has freed me. You don't walk differently. And this is the truth. You don't walk differently until you think differently. The enemy wants you to think that freedom is about behavior, what you do. But it starts in your mind. My good friend Justin just reminded me about this. It starts in your mind, and you have got to renew it daily. You've got to renew it daily. And so for me, what does that look like? What does it look like to renew my mind daily? I say things like, and this is the truth, I am dead to sin and alive to God. I am not a slave to my past. I have the mind of Christ. I'm not going back, not because I am strong, but because Jesus is stronger. I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live, yet not I, but Christ who lives in me. And the life that I now live, I live by his faithfulness in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. You have been forgiven. You have been set free. But if you don't renew your mind, you'll get right back into that pattern. You'll fall back into that pattern you were saved from. I'm so grateful today. This is story number 6 in the Men of Freedom series. And today, I want to challenge you. Don't just stop the behavior. Start renewing your mind. Declare the truth. Speak it loud. Speak it proud. Remind yourself of what God says about you. Loved, cherished, Son of God. Because when your mind is renewed, your patterns will follow. And in Christ, you are already free.